And we're live. Hey, it looks like Phil's there. Good evening. Phil, can you hear us? You can be our test. You can help us out a little bit. Can you hear us okay? Or maybe it waits till it. All right, now it shows we're live, I guess. Phil, looks like you're in here. How are you doing? And can you hear us? Let me know if you can hear us. That's good. We're trying to figure out all the technology again. So, Matt and Sarah here. Hello. Thank you for giving Holly her sweatshirt back. Hopefully, I should ask, can you hear us? Or can someone hear us?
Yep. Hello.
I can hear you. Thanks, Matt and Sarah. Good. Yeah, thanks for the having all that. Let's see. Phil's in here from Peterson Farms of Nashville. Matt and Sarah, our neighbors. Jamie, how are you doing? Rebecca, you're good. Saw your first video, Rebecca. That's awesome. That is awesome. You got some content now going. Let's see. We got a few things to talk about tonight. We'll give everybody a second to get in here. It is one of those days. It is getting hot and it is windy, and I had my shirt off today for a while, and that was a mistake. So you would think
He knows better.
I know better. So I am really warm on my back.
There may be some aloe rubbed on his back tonight.
That could be. Hi, Lori. Good to see you from New Ulm. Another neighbor there. Welcome. Let's see. Oh, Rebecca got on because her brother got an iPad. All right. Well, Harvey, get on. I was using my iPhone for a while, and then it was hard to send the files over. I just had a heck of a time with my iPhone. So we got a camera that shoots really nice, or I think it shoots pretty nice. So I don't know. Okay, Jamie's humid. You know what? It is just hot, and it was supposed to be like a 8-mile-an-hour wind. It's probably 20 miles an hour up here. We're up on the hill, or on a hill. We're the highest spot for 6 miles, and we get a lot of wind. So I'm planting today, and
the corn's not high enough yet to be a wind block.
Yep. By 4th of July, another month, I mean, it will rock. We're going to get some hot weather this week, and I bet you it grows a foot in a few days. It just, we'll have a 8-foot privacy wall here by mid-July, right?
Yep. Hi, Jamie.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I'm sorry. Holly, why don't you talk?
No, that's good. You're good.
I get that every now and then. Hey, Rich, you want to monopolize the conversation? It's like...
I'll chime in when I need to.
Yeah. Matt's are hot there. Are you guys getting a lot of wind, Matt, Sarah? It is so windy here. And for planting, it's really tough. Just because it's so hot and so windy, it just takes all the moisture off the plants and off the soil. So we're fighting it.
Yeah.
Let's see, Jamie's there. I don't know how many. I tried to set this up this morning, and I set it up on YouTube, and I should have gone through StreamYard, which we're using. So I got it worked out through StreamYard. So I'm slowly learning the technology. I tried to do it without my IT director. So, well, I want to hear what everybody else is up to. There's probably so much going on in everybody's garden, all the way from us, doing planting, all the way to, I don't know if I saw Barb on there. I think Barb was harvesting. So let's see, Redbird Farm, welcome. You know what? And I apologize on some. Redbird Farm. Throw your names down there, name or names. I'm sorry. I can't remember everybody's name. And Sweeney's Creek Farm. G'day. How are you? From down under. And I'm trying to think of your names as well. If you could if you could do that, I'd really appreciate it. Then I can try to remember everybody's name.
Yeah, something's eating Jamie's corn plants. That's not good.
Yeah. Let me see. There you go. I got in. I'll tell you what I did today, or maybe we should back up. We haven't been on for 2 weeks here, and I think when we last did a live, it was Memorial Day weekend, and we had been over to Matt and Sarah's and had butchered almost 100
Meat birds.
Yeah, meat birds. And so I'm sorry, I'm watching the chat and trying to talk. We'd done meat birds. And after we left there, we got some rain. Then the next day, on the Sunday of our live, we got some rain and some thunder. And I think you've seen some of that you see that on our broadcast, our video. And then Monday, right after Memorial Day, we had, I don't know what the winds were, but it moved one of our 150-pound tubs. So that weekend was a washout. Then we had, I don't know, every time I want to plant, we have weather. Something is going on. If it's going to roll through, it's going to be when I want to plant on a weekend. So, good evening, Dawn. How are you? I've seen you making some progress on the garden. And Holly, you know what? I'll take a break from garden chat. Holly, Jamie's asking, what are you making?
I'm still working on that Afghan from a month ago. So just all sorts of fun, variegated, different colors. It's getting very big though.
Krubby the Beagle, hello. G'day. Yeah, it's getting bigger and bigger so if you see Holly just looking down, she's not ignoring you. She's just focusing.
Counting my stitches.
We have had, it seems like, weather every time. Sweeney's, you had COVID go through the house. Dick. Got through okay. Yeah, I've got a couple of friends who had the sea go through the house, and yuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yuck. We have been fortunate so far, both of us, I think, just because we're living with 80 chickens and we don't get out much. So
yeah.
Doing our gardening, we finally got some stuff in, but getting stuff in takes a while. Those big troughs are more work than I thought. Holly grabs rock, and we're putting the rock in. Then we put the 3-foot wide fabric, so we've got a barrier to keep the dirt from filling the holes. Then we're putting compost in, which is wheelbarrow loads full, and that's nice and light and fluffy. Then we had topsoil. We ordered topsoil. A pile of soil came, and it had not been pulverized and anything. I couldn't get a shovel into it.
Yeah, it's just hard clay, like.
It's awful.
Yeah.
So I called the guy and said, you didn't give me what I wanted. Can you come and pick this up and leave a pile of what I want? He brought a pile of what I want and then said, do you want to just keep the other stuff? My neighbor's coming down with a bobcat to take it away. But the long story short is, on top of the wheelbarrow loads of compost, then there's 9 wheelbarrow loads per tub, per raised bed.
Yeah.
I'm beat.
And that's a longer haul than what the compost is too.
It's about 200 feet in a wheelbarrow. Scoop, put it in there, then literally lift up the wheelbarrow to dump it into it. I'm beat. So
we've only got 2 left to do.
Yep.
We've got the other 4 planted.
Hopefully tomorrow. We'll get one more on Monday and one more again. And then I was gone for 4 days. Mm-hmm. I did some training out in the Boston area. So last week, from Sunday through Wednesday, I was gone. So that puts us back.
Yeah, and that leaves me taking care of all the chickens and watering the garden and making sure all that's taken care of.
She does it all. I love you, honey. So lots going on here. So I don't know what's everybody else. I know there's some locals here, and I've been watching. That's why I need to apologize. I was on the road for 4 days, and we're trying to plant and all that. I have gotten so behind on watching all of your videos. I'm trying to play catch up, and it's hard. If you guys could put out 2-minute videos, it would be really easy, but everybody's putting out longer ones because there's a lot going on. So, oh my. Anyways, trying to play catch up, but yeah, Dawn, you've put logs in the bottom. Now, I wanted rock. I wanted to make sure that they drained. You never know. I've seen some that continue to fill up, and I just wanted to make sure. But I've seen a lot of people use logs at the bottom of their troughs, and yours seems to be draining great. Those beans look like they're exploding in there, and I didn't see. Maybe you can tip off your next video. Did you get the cucumber in? So you were putting some cucumbers in the raised bed. We had, I guess I've been talking about obstacles and all that. I've also got, yours is a drain hole. Good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find my, there you go. Trying to figure that out. I don't know who's, we're trying to figure out moderators and all that so we can plug your channel. I don't know who's been a moderator in the past. Let's see. You did get, Dawn got the cucumber in. All right. She got one cucumber in. Hey, that's all you need.
Hey.
That's all you need. I have seen some Redbird Farms. Thank you. Good to,
Yeah.
I never did catch the name, but thank you. When you come back, pop your name in, then I know. I'm also trying to work a few different, we've got extra tomato plants, and we put in 40 plants, but we've got extra. So I don't want to just toss them. If anybody local needs some tomatoes, we've got them, and we've got a bunch of different varieties. Send me an email, send me a note, whatever. We can get those off. One thing I do have are their Texas tornado frames, or
Yeah.
I think they're called Texas tornado
Tomato cages.
Yep, they're real hardcore, heavy duty. But last year with some of our with the wind and some of our cherry tomatoes,
Yeah.
they got knocked down. Even those, they bent a little bit. I shouldn't say they got knocked down. They
Just
got
got
bent.
very top heavy and
What I'm thinking of doing is, we've got our fenced in area, and some of it has those T-posts, is to go over by the T-posts and literally wrap some wire to secure them to the T-post. I'm thinking that would give us a chance to plant some more tomatoes around the edges of the garden, not get in the way of all the vining crops that are going to be going out there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do that.
and with them being close to the edge of the garden to the fence, if the chickens get to them, they get treats. We're not too worried.
They'll be
'cause
planted
they're
on the inside,
extras.
so it'd be a heck of a reach for them to get to them, but
Oh,
it's
they like
possible.
to
They like to reach through.
grow through.
So I'm thinking of that. And then our biggest battle right now is weeds. The weeds have really started to come.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of putting our 3-foot garden fabric, cut a 3-foot by 3-foot square, put it down and put a hole in it, and plant the tomatoes in that. So at least there's a 3-by-3 area that I don't have to weed right next to the tomatoes. I'm hoping that will work. So maybe, I know Matt and Sarah, you guys have the thick wood chips, but with my garden, our garden being 140 by
35.
something like that, I can't imagine the amount of hauling I would have to do to get that down there. It scares me just thinking about the tonnage on that. So Rebecca, thank you. I did the Redbird Farms. Brenda put her name down there. So so it was good. I'm just trying to learn everybody's names. So that works good. Rebecca, going back to the last broadcast, thank you again for donating that prize for our 1,000th subscriber. It works out. I'll tell you something funny. Connecting with people on YouTube, the community, it is so fun to what can happen. Someone's been helping me with keywords, and I'm not great with this technological stuff and the keywords and all that. and I've been working here and there with Janie, dig, plant, water, repeat out in Davis, California. We did the Monarch collaboration together, and I had done a how to do raised beds, or how I do raised beds. Maybe not how to, but how I do them. And she liked that and was doing some raised beds. I thought my keywords were, all of a sudden that video starts, getting, I think I got 200 hits in a day. Well, it didn't turn out it was my keywords. It was, she mentioned me, and her channel's big enough, and she gets like 7,000 views on a video. So a small percentage came over, and all of a sudden my video exploded. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Luck of the draw. So let's see. Yeah, Phil was on here earlier. You got the hat and scarf done. Thank you for doing that again. Phil, you gotta, I think I sent you both an email. So touch base so you can get that over. But what's everybody else doing with their gardens and all that? Glenda, Grace and Fire. Glenda, welcome. I was just watching some of your videos earlier. We're talking a little gardening here before we get into chicken chat. But you're quite tied in with veterans. I think you got a veteran husband. You're out at the cemetery. My father, I put on years, a World War II vet, or was a World War II vet, and is out at the big memorial cemetery here for Minnesota veterans near the airport. So interesting. It's fun being out there. Memorial Day, we were by St. Peter, a small town south of us, and you could see that they were really rolling out all the flags and everything for Memorial Day. It was a really nice celebration down there. There you go. Geez, they're ahead of us. We have got so much to do. Unreal. Actually, remember this from January when I put that up? Let me see if I can get it so the light doesn't. We're writing in everything we're planting, and got 3 rows of peppers in today. And there's actually more rows available. There's gonna be 4 more rows that are available. But of course, today got windy, so I can't get out with my garden torch. So again, another obstacle on there. Okay. And that makes your life, you enjoy your garden time. I bet getting out there to relax a little bit, that can be a full-time job right there. Thank you for doing what you're doing, Glenda. So Matt and Sarah are done. Darn it. We've got hundreds of plants to put in. Yeah, Dawn, you got your fenced in area finally for the blueberries. And I'm wondering how that's going to work with tomatoes and cukes and all that. Blueberries need that acidic soil, so it'd be interesting to see that. Let's see. I think Lori, what did Lori? Eating fresh lettuce every day.
Nice.
Good for you. Jeez. Nothing. We're not that far. We got so set behind because we had to put some infrastructure in this year. So it's good for you, Lori. You're ahead of us too. We're going to be like the boat anchor from Minnesota. I think we're going to be the slow, steady boat. Maybe you and Matt and Sarah will be harvesting everything, and we'll be still getting the final stuff in. Oh, there's humbling to go to a cemetery. And some of these, I'm not a veteran. My father was. My father-in-law, Vietnam.
No, he's Navy,
but Vietnam era. And my son is currently active duty Army. So I'm humbled by those who serve. So Tarsha's there. Good evening to everybody. Is anybody done the moderator thing before? I've never done that. We finally figured out how to make someone a moderator. If you would like to volunteer, we're not going to go more than the top of the hour. So if anybody would want to, but Tarsha, thank you for joining us. You're getting into the $50 February I saw with your zucchinis. That's awesome. The zucchinis that Tarsha pulled in were really nice. Kristen, nice to see you. Trying to get something out of my garden. We are gonna, let's see, Tuesday. We're gonna be 96, 90, somewhere in 95, 96 here in Minnesota. Man, that's and you get a lot more humidity. I think we're gonna have 95, 96, and then we're gonna have some storms, and it's gonna go down for a day down to like 77. Yeah, do you want to put Glenda as a moderator? Glenda, I'd love that. Thank you for doing that. Grace and Fire.
Sure.
And
there you go.
Let's see if that worked. My IT director. Okay. Glenda there. And Tanny, there you go. This is kind of the Minnesota show tonight. Tanny, I hope you're doing well. Hope you're out of the hospital and fully recovering. We've still got a bunch of plants for you, so we need to find a time to hook up and get you your plants. Jacqueline, welcome. Well,
yeah.
We're just you taught her so much. You know what? It's all a pass on. It really is. We watch so many. We just decided to get chickens and then try to learn.
Yep. Learn as we go a lot of times, and
trial and error. But we watched a lot of videos and all that. So I'm glad your daughter got something out of our channel. There's times where you do something and you go, what? Did that work or did that not work? Or who knows? Tanny, you're doing wonderful. Good. Yeah.
Good to hear.
That's good. It's been a long haul, and we've got I'll send you a note. We've got some other vegetables that are extra, and maybe we can set you up a little bit. So let's talk about your garden. Hopefully that's the guys turned over the soil. I've got so much to plant.
We got left. We got peppers left. We got Brussels sprouts.
We've still got some green peppers. We got red and yellow peppers, Brussels sprouts. We've got a flat of two different kinds of watermelon. Can you grab that pot?
Yeah.
I want to see if anybody's had this issue. We've been starting a lot of our vining crops inside. Usually we don't. And Holly's got a watermelon variety that's an early producer. And they sprouted. Well, they sprouted, and all of a sudden I came in and the seed that had come up, the sprout, all of a sudden the seed head just popped off.
The top leaves, and so what we have is a stem now.
Without being touched or anything. Has anybody ever had that with watermelon? It was really weird to see that. And this is one of those seed, we bought 2 packets, or Holly bought 2 packets, and you get like 8 seeds per packet. So you lose one. It's like, oh,
yeah,
that's a big percentage. We don't want to do that. So hopefully. Matt and Sarah, did you get some more rattlesnake in the ground? I've got 3 more packets of Georgia rattlesnake. Gang, if anybody wants to try watermelon and wants big watermelon, Georgia rattlesnake, we had such success with that. They averaged about 30 pounds. And we've got a few people that do a CSA with us. And one gal, I gave her one the first week, and she went and cut it up and gave it to like all the kids in the neighborhood.
Yep.
And so then, seeing those pictures on Facebook, it's like, okay, she's getting a watermelon every week.
And they actually, what was it, August when we were harvesting those? So it still wasn't too late, but it was.
They just take a little while because they literally are 2 feet and 30 some pounds. Let's see.
The watermelon is a Georgia rattlesnake, is what he's talking about. The one that we had the issue with is a yellow doll hybrid.
So a smaller variety.
Yep, it's supposed to be like a 5-pound.
Not quite a basketball, I don't think.
No.
Somewhere.
And an early harvest on those, like a month before the other ones.
we're trying to do, like I said, we do this limited CSA. There's 2 people who come, and we provide stuff starting in July when our stuff starts coming due. We didn't do the early lettuce and arugula and some of the stuff that others are already harvesting. So once that starts, then we get into full production, and it's just the garden explodes come mid-July. Last year, I think it was July 16th, we picked like 50 pounds of tomatoes. That first, it's as if the switch got flipped. I don't know if everybody has that problem, but
yeah,
it feast or famine. I don't know. So what? I'm just wondering what other obstacles are. Am I the only one hitting obstacles, or is anybody else running into issues with weeds? And there's some usual things. We've got the farmer on 3 sides of us, and he does spray a herbicide, and we've been talking quite a bit. Whenever he's going to put down that weed preventer, he's got to let me know, and he only does it once, and he did it before we even planted, and the wind wasn't a problem. So thank God.
Oh, Capone Cabin. Yeah, we know the heat. That was our problem last year. Unfortunately, we're on our own well, so that made at least getting the water easier.
Our well started. It's what is it? It's almost 200 feet down our well, but with last year, June came, and all of a sudden it was 97 and no rain for, I don't know, 5 weeks. I think it was a long time. That well, we were talking about how much it would be to go deeper, and it was like a lot. So we don't have that kind of money yet for the well fund. So yeah, this year is strange. You know what, Tanny, I'm thinking that what happens in Minnesota is we now have skipped a season. It's like winter, and then boom. I was down on business in South Carolina and Georgia. I came back and it was in mid-80s, and it's been warm ever since. It's like we used to get like 2 weeks of 60s and 50s, and now it's like it goes right into summer. So it's hard to do that. Are you having weeds come through your weed barrier? No.
Nope.
That weed, although it's funny, Tarsha, I use these little 4-inch staples. Let me get my fingers above the words there. 4-inch staples that you pound in to put that weed barrier down. That weed barrier is awesome, but even a tiny hole like the staple going through, about 3 spots as I'm planting, it's like, oh, there's a weed popping through that tiny little hole.
They will find every little.
It's the end of a pen, the size of the hole. There's a weed coming through it. So I mean, that sure makes weeding easy. Pop, and I'm done. So yeah, I bet you, Tarsha, down in Georgia, you've got. I think it's gonna be really hot and humid down there from talking to some people I work with down there, and the same with Kristen in South Carolina. And you're waiting. Yeah, you were saying your water tastes bad. I don't know. Our well water
is just more hard than anything.
Yeah, we've got a water softener. I grew up in the suburbs, and I never had to deal with a water softener in my life. So I never have dealt with it. So with the water softener, yep, you can taste, it's nice and smooth. You can taste a little bit of salt, I think, or just there's a different to it. Love showering with it. Boy, you feel great coming out of there. You go to a hotel or something when I'm on business, I can tell there's hard water. It is night and day. And our outdoor water, obviously, is coming straight from the well, not filtered in any way. So we should get our water tested, the direct spigot to the garden, and just see what's going on. I don't know, Kristen, if you think that might be affecting your plants. You've just had a heck of a lot of rain, as I remember. So I'd love to have some rain. And there's a chance of it. Let's see, Tarsha, water my garden from rain.
Yeah.
I'm hoping everybody could just get some normal weather. If it could, twice a week, overnight, we could get like a half an inch of rain, on a Tuesday night and a Thursday night. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, let's schedule it.
And then we're good. If just Mother Nature could open up for about a half an inch of rain, it would wash away some of the chicken droppings. It would wash those into the grass and fertilize. But it seems like we're going to get an inch of rain and then nothing. I don't even know what we got for those storms that came over Memorial Day weekend. I haven't even put out my. I've got an official Weather Service rain gauge. I haven't even put that out. I'm whining. Yeah, Glenda. Yeah, I have water softener. It is amazing. It really is. It's perfect. There you go. Yeah, rain afternoon only. Or like when we're in Hawaii, if you're going to get rain, it's like in the afternoon and then it's done. And then you've got a beautiful sunset. So if we could get that. I was looking at talking chickens. So far we've been lucky. They have found a way. The corn, on three sides of us is not tall enough. So they still venture out into the corn because they don't see that there's a chance for predators. And so they go around our fencing and come in the back area where we're going to have all our vining crops in our secondary garden. So they're doing the old end around, and I'm leery to plant there just because I don't want to put them all out and kind of lay out the salad bar for the girls and let them have free reign. We were worried that as soon as the farmer put the corn in the field, that the girls were going to go out and dig it up, and they didn't. I haven't seen one.
I haven't seen any indication that they've been out digging up seed or anything. So it's good.
They have been digging and fertilizing out there. They leave their little fertilizer bombs, but they have been digging. But I think they've been digging up bugs and grubs and stuff.
Old corn from last year that was still sitting on the surface, and
they've been doing it. I was so worried that they were going to be, digging up the corn, and we were going to be out a couple $100 paying the farmer back for umpteen bushels of corn that were dug up. But so far it looks like we're good. Our girls have been doing good. We got the two groups. We've got the older girls, and they've been a little funny with molting. Usually it's like 18 months. Yeah. We've had all our girls, we buy them in the spring. So 18 months, it's all a fall molt. We had a couple that molted in the middle of winter. Talk about cold.
Mm-hmm.
And now we've got one that is barely a year old.
Well, she's just over a year.
Maybe a couple of weeks, yeah. And then one that is 2 years old that's molting late. So it's like, what are you guys doing? So I don't know. Maybe it's the breed. Maybe it's...
Well, that's just that the one that's molting late now, she's a red. And we had two of the reds that were molting over the winter. We had a couple that did. I don't know. It's just...
Maybe I'm just learning still. So we...
each chicken.
Yep. Our production has dropped a little bit because they're molting. I think some have come to the end of their... We have our chickens lay all year round. And there's only so many eggs in a chicken. So... have we kind of pushed them quickly? What they would normally lay in 3 years or 4 years, they might be laying in 2 years. Glenda has had a couple do weird molts on parts of the body. Now that you're onto something there, because our Coco, who's our only black sex link from last year that we got kind of as an accident, she's just molting right on her chest. Just on the front part of her lower front part. Other than that, she looks fine. There's been a couple others. It seems like they're molting except for their wings. There's a couple that really look. They get new. The barred Plymouth Rock.
Oh yeah.
Are this glossy, beautiful black and white, but as they get older, it gets pretty dull and gray. Their feathers kind of, I don't know if it's the sun on them or what. And so when they molt, you see this beautiful sheen, these beautiful black, and then you see what part didn't molt.
It's like these gray, dead feather, almost dead looking.
It's not a good look for them. So,
right. So
I don't know if maybe we're not the only ones getting a partial molt, and I don't know if that's normal. or Coco needed to molt on her belly. I don't know.
Yeah.
And Phil's back. Got some issues down in Indiana tonight, and then
He got some chickens this weekend.
oh, I didn't see that there. Okay, Phil, you got to share. You got some chickies this weekend. I've seen a few people getting that, so good for you.
Hey, Nicole joined us. Hi.
Hello, Nicole. I don't know where you're located, but welcome aboard. It seems like we get a lot of Minnesota folks jumping in there, so welcome. Good to have you. Oh, here you go. There's Glenda doing same thing I'm doing. Chanel, that's right. Glenda does some lives, and it's been fun. I've watched them later because I missed them, but she's out live in the chicken coop feeding her girls, and girls are going nuts, eating out of her hand, and just they're just loving life. They're just, but then they're standing there like, where's the rest of the food? Come on. So
yeah, that was this evening. I chopped up a couple of older apples that we had around.
Yep.
And brought them out. Of course, the big girls are all excited about it, and then I brought some pieces in with me to the little girls and holding them out. And I've got some that'll come right up and grab it, and the others are like, I don't know, but they're all still really excited about getting those apples.
Yep. And Holly it's 85, 86 and dry wind. She chilled those apples down for a long time in the fridge. They were cold. Those girls love that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Dawn, you had mentioned tail feathers falling out. You know what? Chickens molt a couple times. They get their kind of initial feathers, initial adult feathers. Once they get rid of that little fuzz, they come to you and they're that little fuzzy ping pong ball. Then they add their first level of feathers, and then they molt those to get their final feathers. When they go, yours are 2 or 3 months. When they're going to molt a little bit, drop a bunch of those feathers to get to the adult phase.
What is our older young ones are 6 weeks now?
Yeah. So
and I'm starting to see a little bit of that going on too. Little feathers
dropping
here and there. Yep.
So yeah, some of the sapphire splash. They're just beautiful white, but I'm seeing a lot of white feathers here and there.
Yeah, and then the calico.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we great. Glenda, they love the apples. One thing we did last year, and Holly was great with it, especially with us growing watermelon. We try to think of what can we grow that will support us pampering our gals, and one was watermelon. And we would get a watermelon when we had too many of them for the CSA and us, take it and cut it into slices or into wedges and then freeze it. And then on a hot day, when the girls are, they got their wings out, they're panting, they're just hanging in the shade.
Yep, those 90-degree days.
You bring out some frozen watermelon or frozen anything. You could chop an apple into wedges. They love it. And they're bringing in nutrients and they're bringing in cold into their body.
And liquid.
Yeah, because they don't sweat. Chickens don't sweat. So they need water. They need cold ice. You could put ice chips in with the water. I was doing that, throwing ice in, and the girls would peck at that ice and take that down. They loved it.
Yeah. The other thing I tried to do too when they were little is to get them to even stand in the ice water with their feet just to cool them off.
Yeah. And the problem is you bring out this nice ice water, cold water, then they stand in it. Of course, they're going to poop in it.
Oh, yeah.
So then it's ruined for everybody else. So then you got to go do it again. It's like, come on, you guys. Pumpkin seeds. Yeah.
Oh.
Pumpkins they love those. Glenda, watermelon for summer feeding, any kind of squash. If you see volunteers, people that get a volunteer squash, I leave it and let it grow because it's going to be something big. It's going to have good insides because it's probably a cross of one of my pumpkins, one of my squash of some kind, and it's going to have a whole bunch of seeds. That stuff, maybe you don't want to eat it, but the girls sure will.
Yeah,
So
didn't we have an acorn and pumpkin mix last year?
yeah, we had some. They're orange and they're ribbed like a acorn squash. So
but
it's
they were big and long and oblong and
let me see.
or they were spaghetti squash.
Too many watermelon. It is a thing. You get
You get 4 or 5 30-pound watermelon that are all ready to go. Yeah.
you can have too much, and it's like, yeah, we need a real freezer, a big freezer.
Mhm.
Once we've been to Matt and Sarah's doing meat chickens, we filled up our freezer. We need to get another freezer because between asparagus and chicken and last year's peppers that we've still got, we're full.
Mhm.
We're full. You know, this is a good question, and I know there's a bunch of chicken owners on here. I don't know the answer to this. If you put an inch of water in it or 2, then I think you're good. This is just an
Yeah.
opinion, an uneducated one. I don't want it so deep where they could drown or something could happen. It would be for an adults only. It'd be adults only pool, no kids allowed. Because our
Yeah.
kitties right now are still too tiny for something like that. Maybe everybody else can wade in.
Yeah.
There you go, Glenda.
It's just a matter of if you've gotten them used to actually having their feet in the water or not when they were babies. Some of them don't like it. Some are okay with it.
Some will go and stand in there. Our sapphires seem to be the ones that like to stand in the water.
Yep.
I don't know.
Right above there, done.
Yeah, let me just show.
Okay.
For strawberry tops from strawberry they pick. Awesome. They
Yep.
love strawberry tops.
Mm-hmm.
Oof, for sure. Growing cucumbers for me and
The
the quail.
chickens will love the
Cucumber.
cucumbers. Yes. Yep. That's also very good for them. I'm trying to think.
You
what it
brought
is.
out cucumbers several
Yeah.
times. There's an enzyme or something in there that's also very good for the chickens. And if you get enough cucumbers growing, you know, they all hit at once. So
Yep.
dehydrate.
Oh.
Kristen, you're gonna have to. How long we've got a dehydrator, and I know I cut cherry tomatoes in half and dehydrate them. I'll eat them like candy when I'm in the office. How long does it take to dehydrate watermelon slices, or you have to put down how? There's the thought for a video for you. I'd love to find that out because we're gonna have too much watermelon at some point. Let's see. This is how politics works. Glenda took it to the mayor's office. There you go. Here's how to get into a politician's heart is through watermelon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Belinda and Chuck, welcome. Nice to see you here.
Yeah.
And Robert, I'm sorry if you snuck in earlier. I didn't see that. I apologize, but welcome. Not sure. Maybe you can let us know where you're located. Too much fruit and vegetable. You know what? Occasionally, it's hard to tell. We've got, or we've had 40 some adults for over a year. And now we've got 40 some young along with the 40 some adults. Every now and then one of them will be loose, and I don't know who it is. I don't know what they've eaten. We don't throw out, I should say that when we get a lot of tomatoes and we're processing tomatoes for sauce or diced tomatoes, Holly will take all the skins and a lot of the seeds and put them, and it's in a bowl. And I will go out and lay it out on the lawn like a buffet. And the girls are gorging themselves on tomatoes that day.
Yeah, but it's mostly the seeds and skins. And yeah.
But I haven't seen then after that a bunch of diarrhea in our chickens.
No. I think if you had too much water and.
Do we get a onesie twosie every now and then? And I don't know. Maybe that they got a bad worm out in the out in the woods or something. I don't know what caused it. So great question, Robert. I don't know the answer to that, but I have yet to see it. And when it's harvest time here, Minnesota, it's like boom, things harvest. And in the fall, there are literally 1 million cherry tomatoes around, and they are just gorging themselves on this every day for me, I think it's kind of get it while the getting's good, and I don't know. So maybe others have an opinion on that.
Yeah.
You only have two grown chicks. So two grown chicks. So how far along are they, Robert? I'd like to, so I get a feel for where they are. You know what, Kristen, good question. All ours are egg laying. Actually, they're dual purpose birds. But having done meat chickens now and watching Matt and Sarah and how their family processes them, very efficient, great production line. Ours are dual purpose, but they don't, the egg laying chickens, they don't have the big, thicker breasts. They're not built like a meat chicken. So I think when we have to thin out the herd a little bit for the new group, they're going to be for stock.
Yeah, our reds, there is nothing to them.
Very, very thin in the breast.
Just in general, they're just small birds.
Torpedoes.
Yeah.
They are. They're a very slimmer, streamlined bird versus the big.
Yeah. I mean, even our Barred Rocks seem to have a little more weight to them than our. Yeah.
Huh. So water.
Yeah.
I would
they
think
don't sweat, so they have to have the balance between.
I would think that the water though would help keep it together. That they need that. I'm wrong. That's the fun of this, with everybody in the community throwing out ideas and experience. You learn a lot. What do we got?
What do you do, Tanny? What do you use the tomato powder for?
7 years old. Okay, so you got two quite old chicks.
Yep.
Let's see.
Older ladies.
Yes. Whoops. I want dehydrate some potato skins and make tomato powder. So are you using that for soup then, Tanny? Or because we do get a lot of tomatoes. And this year we've got a whole bunch of different varieties than we've ever had. The ones we were using last year, Beefy Boy and this and that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of seeds in that. And we just, with Holly making sauces and some of that, I hate having all the seeds in there. So we changed things out, different varieties and all that. So are you dehydrating? That's what the question here.
Yeah.
Haven't tried any of that out yet. Are you dehydrating them and then in a
turning
processor?
It into a powder.
That'd be interesting. I've seen where people are doing that with squash and making some quick soups then. Let's see. Dawn, thanks for joining us tonight. Good to have you along. Thank you, and have a good night.
Yep. Have a good night.
Let's see. Tomato powder.
I'll have to check into that.
Yeah, Kristen, if you've got another idea there for a video, just how you're doing it, or that'd be fun. Oh, Robert, this is a great one. I've heard this before. We haven't done that. We've just frozen the fruit or vegetable, putting them in ice cube trays. Awesome idea, because then you're introducing the ice, and they're going to sit and peck towards that raspberry or strawberry or whatever it is, and peck the ice. And
the other thing I was thinking too is maybe with some grapes or something else, if we freeze them and then put it in their tray of water.
Yep, that'd be perfect. Cut them in half so they could. Yeah. There's a little bit of flesh for them to.
Mm-hmm.
So Tanny puts it in any. Okay.
Okay.
We're learning. We're trying to, get more for the $50 February challenge that we're a part of. How do we get more stuff preserved, saved? I'm feeling like I'm going to become a vegetarian during Thanksgiving or during February, because we've got 20 chickens. I'm trying to think of our protein and what else do we? There, Gwen. Good to see you. Thanks if you jumped in earlier, I missed it, but welcome aboard. Thank you for joining us tonight. Here's Kristen. Okay, spice rubs. Roasted potatoes, root vegetables, bread doughs. Wow. Okay. We're gonna try something new now because we know we've got too many tomato plants right now, and we're trying to find other places to plant them. So we'll need other uses for them. Kristen, then, and Tanny, then, if you're going to make powder, is there a certain variety of tomato that you recommend to use? I guess, what's the best one? Is it you want the same one that you're going to use for sauces, kind of in that Roma mode, or I'm trying to think of all the varieties we have.
We have Amish Paste, Jersey Devils, we got San Marzano, and the German Pink, I think, are what we've got.
Okay. There's so much, and we're learning new tomatoes this year. So that's
it says she dehydrates all tomato skins.
Dehydrate and put them in the coffee grinder, and and Gwen, I dehydrate all tomato skins.
Yeah, wow. Because it's just
And we've been giving them to the chickens, seeing those as a byproduct that we don't want to put in the compost because it just molds in the compost pile.
Whoa!
50 pounds of tomatoes, 3 ounces of powder. The skin, skins of 50 pounds of
Yep.
And I don't know if you're doing sauces, when I bring out that bowl, what am I bringing out? How many pounds of tomatoes is that?
Oh, I haven't watched pounds when we're doing this. I'm mostly just processing as we get them so that they don't go bad.
Okay. I love this. Thank you for sharing this. I mean,
it's very cool.
We make some notes, hey, we're here's some discussion ideas for tonight, and now we've gone off on a whole different tangent, but this is awesome.
And then how do you make your tomato paste?
There we go. Use all of them, but for tomato paste, use Roma. Well, come on, the last name's Capone. What do we think he is? Of course he's Italian. Using Roma. Kristen, I never had luck with Roma. And so I haven't grown Roma in 10 years. They would get about so tall, we'd get a couple of fruit on them, and then they'd lay down. And then they were done. And I just didn't. So what's the one that's like a Roma that we got?
The San Marzano and the Amish Paste. I think most of what we got are going to be that similar.
Not seedy. I do, when I make salsa in the past, I have used Romas, and I don't go to Walmart. I'm just never been a fan of Walmart. We've always had Target and Cub Foods up here. It's just what I've grown up with. I've gone to Walmart. They have the best Roma tomatoes for when I make my salsa. I don't know what it is. They are as tasty as you can get, and the price is incredible. So I just haven't. Rebecca, thank you. You know what? I'll let me think about what color. If you make us a hat, I'll have a hat then for some of my winter videos. We'll talk offline. But thank you, and have a good night. That'll be fun to have. Green. Oh, geez, now we're getting it all. This is like a future topic. Dehydrate your onion greens. Well, still growing, so onions get big. So I always my onions, and it's like my big thing that I think I'm really good at, and I grow big pumpkins, and I'm good with vining crops. That's kind of my, I won't say expertise, but that's where I'm in my zone. I'm getting good at peppers, green peppers. Onions is not my wheelhouse. So Glenda, I always grow an onion. It starts getting mature. It falls over and dies. Time to pick it. I pick them. There's still enough life in them. I can tie them together and dry the onions. So does the onion then grow a new top if you chop the top off? The onion, it forces the onion to get big, but do they put another top up? Or this might be a whole nother live. I might need to figure out how to bring a guest on or guests. We got a lot of knowledge going here tonight. I'm just like learning stuff, but onions are not my expertise. So, let's see. I'm trying to think of how to even say. I always say Higgy Farms. It's
I don't know.
Can you put down how to say it again? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I watched one of the videos too, and I knew how to say it the other day, and then as soon as it came up, I thank you for joining us, and then I am not saying it right, so I don't want to say it and say it wrong.
Scroll down.
Let's see. Wait, we got
Uva.
Roma Huga. Is it?
I don't know.
I'm trying to catch up on aromas in the past. Pergola over the bed. It was shade cloth. Okay, maybe I am growing them wrong. Yeah, Tanny's learning new things. Yeah, Tanny, you've had a lot of time to do that. You're not good, Tanny. I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe we just need to forget gardening this year, Tanny, and we need to wait till our garden is in full production and just bring you some finished product. Maybe that's the best way, instead of you worrying about weeding and gardening and this and that. I know it's good therapy, but I don't know. Let's see. Onion tips are so useful. I'm learning. Dehydrate okra. Man, Gwen, you know what? I've tried okra when I've been down in South Carolina. I'm not a fan. I'm sorry. I'm just not a fan of that. So maybe, and I think it's a Southern thing. I just never, okra in Minnesota, people look at you like you seen aliens or something. But let's see.
Go down one. Grace and fire. You don't. Well, it's in the
It's in the ground and growing. Yep, like a haircut. It'll grow back. Okay. So then, I want to get our onions are in the ground now. I want to get them established. So how tall do you let them grow before you give them the haircut then? Because I don't want to, cut them right now and then they're stunted. I want to make sure I get onions. That's my big thing. But this could be the start of something new. Kristen's got dehydrated broadleaf, plantain, wild onions. I've never found wild onions. Dandelion. That's a mind shift for me. People are talking about going out and getting dandelion greens, and we don't use chemicals here on the farm, just with the girls out and about. Otherwise, I grew up in the suburbs and you had that nice putting green lawn. Well, out here, I've got a lot of dandelions. There's no doubt about it. People think I'm farming dandelions at times. I would never think to eat them. They've always been the enemy. And so a mind shift. Maybe I need to try them and see what that's all about.
So dwarf lord is, what fertilizers do we use?
Where was it? Yeah, I saw that. Just, oh, shoot. There were so many. There's Andy, Brooklyn's Honeybees. I'm sorry, I just lost a comment that I wanted to put up there.
Yeah, he was asking what we use for fertilizers with the weed barriers. How do we apply it?
For fertilizer. Yeah, you know what? Someone asked me that earlier on a video. We haven't fertilized. So, hi, Leanne, Mennonite Farmhouse. Thanks for joining us. I'm burning the holes in the fabric, and what I do is dig out the soil. We've got a lot of clay, so I will then, we've got manure and compost, mix that and put 4 inches below, then the pot, then more of that compost and manure on top of it, and kind of pack the hole. Then we're good for the year. I have not fertilized. I'm going to do a video on how we planted our tomatoes, but I did put a very natural fertilizer, like 3 tablespoons of that in the soil when I was planting the tomatoes.
And
Otherwise,
didn't you put eggshells underneath?
we did put some eggshells too. Otherwise, we don't fertilize. It's just I don't know. Maybe we've been lucky. Make a salad of dandelions. Kristen,
And a salad green.
Kristen,
Okay.
you're just blowing me a little bit here. It's like gathered together homestead. Welcome. And I don't know your names. I apologize. If you don't mind throwing them on there, then I can make sure I remember it the next time. But I apologize. Trying to see who else has joined us. Lori, we just used our last red onion a month ago. That is the nice thing. It would be fun to find some people who specialize in certain things and then do some swapping. We've got a lot of room and can do a lot of squash and pumpkins, and we just actually I've got one squash left from last year still. One
tiny
Waltham,
little butternut.
yeah, little butternut, and we just used our final. We thought, we got one left, our last spaghetti squash. We cut it up and gave it to the girls actually, but it would be good to find someone who just has a ton of onions and do some trading and trade some other things. This is a great idea. And I've been looking at rabbits. I've been kind of broaching the idea with someone to see if we want to take on another animal. But rabbit manure is gold, so that would be something to fertilize your CB. Okay, thanks. Rabbit manure. It'd be gold. That would be a way to do fertilizing without throwing a chemical on the ground. We're trying to avoid all that. Okay, Glenn and Jessica, thank you for saying that. I apologize. I'm so bad with names, and if I've asked you before, I'm sorry. Trying to be good at names, and there's so many. Here you go. Take the dandelion leap. There you go. Okay, Kristen.
Early season, late season, whenever, or when's the best time to get it?
Yeah, there you go. Let us know when is the best time for harvesting. I'd love to get rid of a bunch of dandelions. Goat manure. Yeah, you got to compost chicken manure. That is hot. That will burn and ruin your plants for sure. Gwen, the goat manure. Now, we don't have goats. I don't want to. People are asking us, are you going to get goats? No, I'm not. I don't want to be out milking them all the time, and I don't have my yard fenced. I don't want them all over the place. So they would be into the fields, and I'd never see them again. So there you go. Yeah, that's the right stuff, because I've heard that's part of it. You're getting your meat, and then you've got the tray below and collecting all that gold. The best thing I ever did. Now, we give a lot of our scraps to our chickens, but in the past I had a big tub in the basement over the winter, and I threw all the all the kitchen scraps in there, and had bought some worms the fall before, and the worms sat all winter inside and ate everything, and the soil that came out of that little tub was absolute gold. But rabbits, I've heard that is just the way to go. So goats are stupid. Just
Yes, I've heard they can be just troublemakers.
Cow manure works for us.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, cow manure.
Pet rabbit inside, you can litter train it. I love it.
I don't want to be stepping on no jelly beans. No way. Oh, it's hard to keep up with. The horse. Someone just made a horse comment. What? You know what? Our one neighbor across the street gave us a bunch of horse manure.
She's got 3 horses.
And
so
my problem was, I said, yeah, we'll put it in the garden, thinking she's going to make a pile. She spread it all over the garden last year, and our weeds exploded. Well,
All the clover.
all the horse manure had not composted previously. So there was still a lot of live seeds of various kinds. So she was seeding our garden with weeds, and unknowingly, she added a lot of fertility to it, I'm sure, but we're still kind of chasing down those weeds from last year. So the color drop, welcome. Good to have you join us again. I don't know the name, so if you don't mind putting your name down, I'd love to, just so I can say hi and know the right. And I think Annette at where's Annette? Apple Tree Urban Homestead.
There it is. Nicole's got a good question for the February challenge.
Do you have to grow everything you eat? Do you guys buy bulk beef? You know what? I'm not sure. Here's how I saw the rules was you want to grow it, raise it,
trade for it.
Well, yeah, do some stuff. We worked with Matt and Sarah. Work together to raise everything. I don't want you to go and January 31st fill up all your freezers and bulk buy ahead of time so you don't do anything in February. The idea is to work on some self-sufficiency, some things. Now we're running into the protein thing where we've got meat chickens, and we've got our egg layers. I don't have any rabbits. I don't have pigs right now. I don't have that. So there's no hard rules on this. You know what? If I want to trade a bunch of eggs and some stuff for a side of beef or something, I see that as being in the rules. Trading up a little bit. For me to go out and buy a half a cow right now, I don't know if that's in the spirit of it. But you know what? It's trying to become more self-sufficient. If buying a side of beef is the right move for you, do it. There's so many kind of gray areas on this. I don't want to just set hard rules. The idea is just to grow more, to raise more, have some fun with it, and learn a lot. So that's the whole thing behind it. Hopefully I explained that right. Brent Erickson, welcome. Chicken and cow. If I missed you earlier, I apologize. I'm trying to catch up on all the comments. Chickens work great for us. Yep. Our goats are a breeze. I don't have a use for the goats, unless it would be like meat goats or something. My idea would be if I can get the yard fence in. We have a very large area that's grass. Why don't we have a couple of lamb out here and let them kind of graze? Then I don't have to mow every week. They can graze all year, and at the end of the year, I can say, you've gotten to the right size. Thank you. Now we're gonna take you to freezer camp. Goats, I don't know. They're cuter than heck, but I'm sorry. I just don't. Let's see. Hayseed. That's what I think was in there. It can ruin your garden. The herbicide. She doesn't. So that was one of the things. I knew that it was coming. She does not spray a thing over there. So
and the hay that she gets, I'm sure, doesn't.
She makes sure for sure that as well.
Yeah,
I did ask her that.
She uses it in her own gardens and around her place.
But I did ask her. It is chemical-free hay that she's buying for her horses. But I think that's part of the seed that I got that's in there. So.
Mennonite Farmhouse.
Buy your cow from Mennonite Farmhouse. Okay. Do you deliver to Minnesota? Let's see. You're over 700. I hope that means subs. Congratulations. That's since late January. Wow. You're on a great trajectory. It took us, I don't know, about 13 months to get there. To get to 1,000. So once it takes off, it seems like things really take off. But congratulations, that's awesome. My 1 year was June 4th. Good for you, Leanne. I didn't know that. You seem like you're quite experienced in the game here. You know how to network. I would have said that your channel's been around a lot longer. So congratulations, you have exploded. Then if anybody wants some great recipes, go out and watch Leanne's channel. unreal. So some great food there. Let's see. Yep.
Yes.
Holly and I love to travel. I have a goal of hitting 100 countries before I die, and I'm at 30. And now we've got 80 chickens. It is not that easy to just find a great fare and hop on a plane somewhere being on a homestead. So it's changed things. I'm looking for 4-H folks or Future Farmers of America, someone who can, come over and they know what they're talking about. They know what they're doing, so we could go vacation. Our neighbor, when we went to Hawaii for 10 days over the winter, she was a goddess to watch the girls.
Yeah.
And, we had to have all the water set out because we don't have water out in the barn. And she did a lot of work so we could vacation. So unreal. Oh, Tanny, you've done well then. You've done well. Or maybe you're proposing the next.
The next challenge.
Yeah. Let's see. Jesse and Lisa, welcome. Welcome. Good to have you on board too. Wow. Yeah. This is the wowzers. Yeah. Let's see if maybe that's the next challenge. Senator the Butcher. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Brent, I can't agree more. That's where I'm thinking about, rabbits. Once we get the garbage out of the woods and can get the soil tested and this and that, we'd love to add
Pigs. Yeah. That's
then you know what's gone into them.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. So let's see. There you go. That's what we need to find, the Minnesota version of Leanne out here and say, hey, we'll pay, obviously, give you something for watching, but how'd you like to get some experience and come out and do this? So let's see, call your extension or high school. Yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. I have been sending some notes over to the local FFA. Also, it's like, do you guys, we do have garden space. So is there anybody that maybe they're in FFA, but they don't have a big garden or something, or maybe their parent, they just don't have access to it. They could come out and plant some stuff and learn along the way. But that's a great idea, Gwen. Thank you for sharing that. Acre. I don't. Tell us about the Acre Homestead. Good bet. We were going to go an hour. We're going a little bit longer here. I hope people don't mind. We've got a little bit of time. We got to go out and water a little bit now that the sun's down. We're just going to go do a little watering and get the girls in, but we've got a little bit of time. So let's see, half a steer here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what
No, I think that would probably go for.
I don't know what the going rate is around here. Didn't you look at half
that's
cows or
close to what we get for a half, but it's still more than that for a half.
$600 is more than?
Well, no, we would still pay just over 600 for a half.
Okay. Holly did a bunch of looking last year, and that's where we need to get a bigger freezer. Obviously, another freezer. Wait. Did I just see? We just started our channel last month. We're at 704.
Wow.
Ooh, high achievers amongst us right now. Wow. Good for you. I didn't know how to do the YouTube thing. I still don't think I know how to do the YouTube thing. We started last April, and I had about 6, 8, 12. I kept track of my subscribers every month, and it went like 3, 6, 12, 24. It's like it was doubling. And then it sat, and it was right around Christmas time. I don't know. I got more involved in the community. I think Jesse and Lisa, you guys are very involved in the community. I would have said that you've been involved in the YouTube deal for a long time. So, yeah. How did Tanny go 6 months without? I'm sure you'd rather pay for food. So I'm glad you're on the mend. But sorry you've had to go through all that you've gone through. There you go. If you're a new channel, gang, get your friends and family and everybody on board. There's no reason why not. Build up get some views, get them to give you honest opinions about what they like, what they don't like, what's working, what's not. And they'll give you other ideas. So that's a great way to do it. Let's see. Is it? Yep. Sold his goat for
Nice.
2,500.
Wow.
Wow. Good for you. Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for your grandson. Wow. Matt and Sarah, thank you for joining us. Get those kitties to
Good
bed.
night, guys.
They should probably put themselves to bed. Those kids run wild. There's so much to explore out on your place. I would think they run wild for 12 hours and then they hit the pillow and they're gone. So yeah, good night. Thank you for joining. Let's see. You know, and I don't know what, you know, we add about 200, or we have since Christmas. I didn't have that many visitors or subscribers till December. And then it seems like it was like add 150 to 200 every month. And I kind of figured out that people don't want to hear me talk. They want to see someone else and they want to see chickens. And so as soon as I started doing chicken videos more, people jumped on board but also, you know, you get involved in the community and start making comments on other people's channels and get involved with them, and then it's better. So things just happen. Once the niche comes, things explode. So it's kind of fun. Schedule for the butcher. Wow.
Very nice. Yeah, they got 2 for $1,000 each and about 700 pounds currently. That's nice.
Right. Where are we? Where are you seeing that?
2 up.
Oh boy, stuff pops. Just bought 2 steers, $1,000 each. You need we just don't have the property for a cow.
Mm-hmm.
We don't. If there was maybe some property that was already fenced, we did look at a farm that is literally, without knowing, we looked at a farm a year before this one, and it's about a quarter mile away. You can see it, stand in the garden. They've got these beautiful pastures and fenced in. If we had that place, we could have cows.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The only problem is that
And
it's
sheep, and
right on the road.
it's right on the highway, and so I wouldn't like
The
that.
house, I don't even think is 500 feet from the road.
Oh, it's 200 maybe.
Yeah.
Let's see. Finish them with corn.
Mm-hmm.
I like anything with corn. So, oh my gosh, grain finish them for. And I think I think this is a debate now of what I've heard other people. Well, you want to finish them this way. No, you want to finish them this way, and I don't know. Yeah, here's the secret to YouTube right now is get Glenda's aunt on a video, and I think the thing will explode. So, yeah, here's the baby goat videos. You know what? I'm not a goat guy. I've said that several times in the past hour. Everybody, our goats gave birth, this and that. To watch those little goats kind of prance around, I'm suckered in. I'm watching every one of those things. So, I don't know. Yeah, here's Rebecca's 113 people followed and only 1 video. Rebecca, you just got to get 10 videos out there, and you're right at your 1,000. Then you just got to get some viewing time, and that's been our deal. It was getting the viewing time because we're still about 500 hours short, and it'll come. I kind of about 2 or 3 months ago I said, July 4th we'll hit that, and we're tracking right to kind of do it. So I don't know. I have yet to have a video explode. I think our top video is like 11,000 views, and it's a chicken video, of course. There's a couple things, I don't know. I kind of found our niche. Our niche is gardening and chickens.
Yeah.
Heavy emphasis on chickens. So People love watching the darn chickens bounce around. So here's one. If you want to live by Leanne, 59 acres, 2.3 million. You know, let me see if I can just pull something together. Maybe I can have a remote farm.
Yeah.
2.3 million. The best part would be the food. Leanne, I've asked several times if she would send some of her desserts my way, and have yet to do that. I don't know. You know what? We've run over by about 20 minutes. Maybe we'll just kind of start wrapping things up here. I want to thank everybody for joining us. We're trying to do this. Maybe we'll have like 5 more minutes, but let us know if this every other Sunday is good. We're trying to not, especially during the planting season, to kind of tie ourselves down. I don't want to do it every week, and some Sundays I am traveling. Yeah. There you go. A little Worcestershire and garlic butter. That's how you finish off a steak. We had a steak last night.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't say. You know what? Yesterday, I don't golf that much. It's frustrating. I'm not that good at it. A friend and I were going to go golfing. We got Holly out on the golf course. Holly golfed. Now we're trying to figure out if she's a lefty or a righty. So got her on the golf course. It was fun. We had a good day on the golf course. I hit some great shots and I hit some really bad shots. But
no, it was a lot of fun. I definitely want to do it again. But yeah, I got to figure out my swing.
Yeah.
I'm mixed up. I'm a right-handed person, right with my right hand, no worries. But growing up, I've always played baseball with my left and swung my bat with my left, played hockey left.
She's a sport girl.
Yeah, very
Hi,
much
Barb.
so.
Sorry you're late. Chicken duties. We're going to go out and do chicken duties after this. So I'm glad you could join us. Let's see. She'll always be right, even when she's wrong. Yeah. I know that. I'm always wrong. No matter, even if I am right, I'm wrong. So no. We're going to stick on the every other Sunday thing. I apologize if you saw my earlier link. I'm still learning how to use StreamYard with YouTube, and I put out the preview on YouTube when I should have started on StreamYard. We're working on this. So no, if others, if you've got ideas for lives, or I've got a whole bunch of ideas in my head. This week went off on some tangents that I loved. I'm going to go try to figure out the tomato skins and all that, and then how we would can them, or put them in the right jars to keep them sealed and all that. So there's so much left to learn. Let's see. So if you were going to shoot a firearm, would you shoot left or right? You'd shoot that right.
Yep.
Okay.
It's just the swing that I got used to. Yeah.
She's going to give me a backhand. It's with the left hand, I guess. So I don't know. Thanks everybody for coming on board and joining us. I learned a lot tonight. This is not where I thought the discussion was going, and it was awesome. Glenda, thank you for moderating. I appreciate that too. We appreciate that. If everybody, if you got something else, other ideas, let us know. But thank you so much for joining us, and I hope everybody. Oh, hold on. I'm right-handed and I shoot left-handed. Okay, Tarsha, I don't know how I'd do that. So
yeah, see,
I can barely hit wild rabbits and stuff out here when they're heading to the garden with my 22 right-handed. So I don't know if I'd want to switch. Someone would be in danger. So anyways, thank you. If anybody would like to help us get closer to 4,000, we have an all videos, and it was not my idea to put that playlist together. Thank you, Leanne. Leanne told me, Rich, do this. So thank you everybody for joining us. We're doing a Minnesota goodbye, which takes 10 minutes. So thanks everybody. We're going to sign off now.
Everyone.
Take care. Have a good week.